What's up, guys? Tonight we're going over something fun that I like to use sometimes called the fishing pole trap. So this trap is good just to throw in every now and then. They might not always take the bait, but if they do, you're gonna reel them in and take their king. Decaf because it's late. It's alright. Not normally a decaf drinker, but you know, at 8:30 p.m. when I have to get up at 4, it works. Alright, let's get into it here. So, typical game, let's say we start off with, Italian game or something. So this is where it starts right here. So we got the knight, we've got the black, or the other side, doesn't have to be black, you can play this as black, has a castle king. And we don't have a castle king. So these are two very important differences here. We want to make sure our rook is on the H file, or the A file for black, or whatever, and we want to make sure our knight's here, and preferably their knight's here, and there's nothing that could take our knight here. So we're going to come up with our knight. We are sort of threatening this pawn, I guess you could say. We're threatening to exchange 2 for 1 with a rook. I mean, that's not really a threat because that's pretty much even material, but a lot of times your opponent doesn't like that. And I'll be honest, I don't like this from my position when I'm playing defense against this. So a lot of times, opponent will bring a pawn up and try to kick your knight away. This happens probably more often than not, depending on who you're playing, what level you're playing. And we're not going to do anything about this knight. We're going to encourage them to take it. Instead, we're going to play h4 and defend the knight. Now, this is a mistake for black to take, but it looks like a no-brainer. He's just going to go ahead and take our knight. We're going to take the pawn, attacking his knight, and he needs to keep this knight here. His only good move probably is to keep it right here and maybe do some development moves, bring him out. Something like that, but that's not what people do. People want to get their knight out of the way, stay up a minor piece of material, and he's going to move his knight back. So what we're going to do from here is bring our queen right up here to h5, busting in on this column, and the king is screwed. Next move is pretty much going to be checkmate, or it's going to be one move till checkmate. He can try to get out of this a number of ways. He could... not a whole lot of ways. I mean, if he does that, it's checkmate. Now, a big one is trying to move the pawn up, which he can't do in this scenario because we have our bishop here pinning this down. I'll go over that scenario too. So in this right here, he might try to take and buy himself some much needed time, but I mean, there's nothing after this. He is screwed. So let's go to the other version here when our bishop isn't here. So there's a little trick we can do. So let's say Roy Lopez, and we jump into the fishing pole again. He takes the bait, and he moves the knight back, of course, and we're going to pop our queen up here. Now, what black can try to do to save himself is move this pawn up. Now, if we come here or here, it's not checkmate because he can run away and saves himself, a little time. He thinks we could take here, and then he takes here and saves himself even more time. We're not going to allow that. We're not going to allow saving time, saving face. We're going to destroy our opponent. So we're going to move this pawn up one, blocking off the square, and black has no recourse here. Next move is going to be checkmate, unless he plays something dumb like that. And now next move is going to be checkmate. You can only play computer moves and push off for so long before we wreck you. So that's the fishing bowl trap. One of my favorites. I learned this a few years ago, and I play it every now and then. When you're playing high-level players, a lot of times they're not going to fall for this. But medium range, the low range players, all the time, I swear. Fishing pole trap is a great one to get people on, especially even in high rate players if they haven't seen it before. it looks really good for your opponent to push that pawn up, kick your knight or bishop away, and then when you come back in, it looks really good for them to take it and to move their knight out of the way. It's all natural feeling moves. If you're playing blitz, this is fantastic speed chess. You're gonna get people all the time on this. So keep it in the back of your mind. It's an attack. It's a weapon if you want to pull it out. Yeah, so that's the fishing pole. Let me know what you think about the fishing pole. Let me know what you think about decaf coffee. Have a great night.